been in the business 10 or 15 years, then maybe a lot of what I'm going to kind of say might be, stuff that you've already known, already heard. But since you're new, that gives me a good place to start. So I'll do an introduction on myself. My name is Ted. I have been with this company now for going on, and I can't believe I'm saying it, but nearly 10 years. And I actually was a loan officer prior to getting into the warranty space. And truthfully and honestly, I never thought I'd be in the warranty business because as a homeowner myself, I never have been a fan of home warranties. And the simple reason for that is, I'm fairly handy. I can fix a lot of stuff in my house, but my biggest hang up with warranties over the years was if my water heater broke or my air conditioner were repaired, I always wanted the ability to call my own contractor into my home, somebody I knew, somebody I trusted, somebody that maybe was referred to me, right? So under a typical home warranty model, what they do is they go out and hire air conditioning guys, plumbers, electricians, and they say, hey, look, if you're willing to go out and see our customers, you negotiate the contract with us, you only charge a certain amount, and we'll send you out to our customers when they need repairs. Well, the problem with that whole model is that technically that contractor, when they come out to your home, they're working for the warranty company, not for you. Right. So that's why as a consumer, I was never a fan. Okay. However, I caveat that with after doing this for 10 years, I truly am passionate about if you're buying or selling a piece of real estate and you don't have a home warranty in the transaction, you're doing in the party a disfavor. You're doing the seller, you're doing the agent, and you're doing the buyer a disfavor. And we're going to talk a little bit about why that's the case as we go along. And I want to make this interactive. So if you guys have questions when we're going along, and Jay, how much time? We got what, 20, 30 minutes or so?
You got till 10:30, my friend.
Okay, beautiful. So we won't nearly cover all of that, but I invite you guys, my contact information, my business cards are in the office. If you want to get deeper into this after our video here, feel free to call me. That's what I do. I love talking about what we can do to help your business. And before I jumped on, Jay and I basically were having a little conversation, and I told him one of the things that we do as an organization, as a company that's a little bit different is we don't necessarily talk about our product and what we cover and how what we really want to try to do and convey for you guys is how you can use this little $700 product as part of your business to help you win more business and earn more referrals. And at the end of the day, that's really what it's all about, right? I mean, your referrals for you guys are gold. And if we can help in some way get you 1 or 2 extra referrals a year, then I've done my job. Okay. So we're gonna start. I'm gonna share, if you guys don't mind, and hopefully Jay will get this put together here. We're gonna share the screen, and we even tested this out. This is a good thing. We're going to go here. How we doing? Everybody got it?
Looking good.
All right, perfect. So basically what we're going to do, guys, we're going to talk at a very high level on making the warranty a thing for you guys. We don't want it to be complicated. We'll talk a little bit about what makes us different. And then probably most importantly, how you can use warranty to build your business, right? And really that's kind of what it's all about. So let's start with the warranty itself and keeping it simple. So guys, every home warranty company out there, and there are a lot of us, okay, we all basically cover the same 5 areas. And I use the acronym PEACH, P-E-A-C-H. And if you got something to write with, this is your $1 million nugget for today, okay? So PEACH is nothing more than the plumbing, the electrical system, the in your kitchen, so your dishwasher, your microwave, your oven, the disposal, and then the C and the H simply stands for cooling and heating. Okay, so if anybody asks you what's covered under home warranty, think of the word PEACH. We'll have a quiz at the end of the day to make sure you guys got that. But truly, with the exception of maybe a couple of things, and we'll go through those under our warranty, most every home warranty company covers the same stuff. So one thing that drives me absolutely bonkers about this business is, as you know, there's a lot of warranty companies out there, and I've got agents that use other companies, and that's fine. I get it, right? Because a lot of what we do is built around the relationship. But please, if you're going to hand a brochure out to any of your customers, do some research on them. And especially the Better Business Bureau. Believe it or not, everything you read on and look at on the internet isn't actually the truth, right? So I always defer to the Better Business Bureau simply because they're not getting paid to advertise for anybody, right? And I've got competitors out there that if you look at their Better Business Bureau rating, you would cringe. But I still have agents handing their customers that. And that tells me a lot about who my agent is if I'm looking at a warranty company with a D rating. Right. So with us, fortunately, we are, and this is something a very big thing for us. We're an A+ rated Better Business Bureau company in the industry, and there aren't many of those. Right. So do your homework. Number two, set your expectations. The warranty is not designed to cover everything in the house. They are not going to get a new roof for $700. Okay. Every home warranty company has limits. We all have, things we do cover and things we don't cover. So again, defer to your rep, get a good rep like myself, hopefully anyway, and learn about what's covered, what's not covered, the limitations and exclusions and that sort of stuff. Okay. So here is why I think home warranties are so important. And this is, again, something that I'm very passionate about because I see it every single day. So if somebody buys a home, and I just noticed a little typo here, forgive me. If somebody buys a home, there is basically an 80% chance that something in that home is going to break in the first year. And think about that for a minute, especially in the market that we're in. If you're a new agent, most new agents typically are working with buyers, right? You spend a month, 2 months, 3 months trying to find a house in this environment, this market that we're in, right? For your buyer, you do all of the negotiations. It's an absolute grind to get it done. You finally get to closing and you are their best friend because you just worked your tail off to get them into their dream home. 3 weeks after they move into their dream home, what happens? Something breaks. You got it. And now, instead of your best friend, you are now their worst enemy, right? You just sold me this house, blah, blah, blah. And I can tell you, after doing this, like I said, for as long as I've been doing it, when I talk to agents that have been in the business 5, 6, 10, 12 years, they all have the story of the house they sold, where the weekend that somebody moves in, the air conditioning goes out, the dishwasher breaks, because think about what they're doing. They're bringing all of this stuff in the house with the doors open. We live in Georgia. It's going to be warm, right? The air conditioner is getting cranked. They're washing clothes. They're doing dishes, and they're stressing the system out on the house, and chances things will break. So the other interesting statistic down here at the bottom, nearly 70% of our claims happen in the first 90 days. Okay. So think about that again. You've just spent all that time getting somebody into a house, something breaks, and now they're coming out of pocket for something. And for $700 for a home warranty, you could actually be the hero and say, hey, it's a darn good thing we negotiated that warranty in because I just saved you $2,000 or $3,000, right? Those are the people that are going to refer you 3 and 4 months down the road.
Yep.
Right. All right. So here's our big difference right here. Our warranty, and we are now, it's kind of funny. We've got some copycats, they say imitation is the highest form of flattery. So we've got some other companies that actually over the last 3 or 4 years have taken our model. But basically the reason I got involved with America's Preferred is that we are the only national carrier that says to your homeowner, hey, when your water heater needs replaced or your air conditioning breaks, you call us and open a claim, and then you call your own contractor. And guys, this is huge because it does 2 things. Number one, it allows that homeowner to choose somebody that they trust, or maybe that their real estate agent might have referred, right? Mm-hmm. And the other thing with you guys is you're told from the day you start and build your center of influence, your sphere, right? And under our warranty, you can now add the plumber, the electrician, the HVAC guy to your center of influence, because guess what? You can now refer them out to your customers under our warranty. So do you think maybe a guy that spends his day going into homes fixing air conditioners might be somebody that you could lean on for referrals? I'm thinking maybe, right? Because he's in houses all day long and he's talking to homeowners, right? So choose your own contractor is huge. There's so many advantages in that, not only for the homeowner, but for you guys as well. Okay. Now, the other thing that we do that's very different is that we don't physically replace any equipment in the house. What we simply do is we give the homeowner cash and we let them decide, use this money toward the repair, or if you'd rather buy something new, you can do that as well. So again, the advantage there is that I get somebody in the house I trust, they're working for me, and then I get to decide how I handle the repair. And again, I think that's a huge reason why we're an A+ rated company, because customers love the ability to make their own decisions, right? And again, guys, if you have questions as I'm going along with this, just stop me, okay? So I always point this out. This is one of the, if I get pushback on my warranty, this is where it is. We have certain dollar limits that we pay out in any 12 months. Then keep in mind, these are 12-month maximums, right? And they're all pointed out in big bold font on page 8 of the brochures that are in your office. And to be honest with you, when I first came on board, I really thought this was going to be a problem, because on the surface, you look at it and you go, ooh, $2,250 is the maximum benefit for an air conditioner in any 12 months. And I agree. You know, I wish it was higher, but it's not. But over the years, what I've learned is that becomes a non-issue because of the way the homeowner has control of the decision. They call their own guy, they get him out there, and, you know, it's Murphy's Law. Stuff always breaks right before you're going to have a big party, right? So they call their own guy, they get him out there, they get a check that they can use to either replace it or repair it, and then they can get on with their life. You know, one of the other big problems with home warranty companies is they're only as good as their network of contractors, right? So it doesn't matter what my warranty says. If I can't get a guy out to my house for 5 or 6 days when it's 98 degrees, I am not a happy camper, right? So the ability to call my own guy, get him out there today, have a decision made, and get my repair done is huge, okay? So let's talk about something real quick. Very few agents take advantage of, but this is huge. Most home warranty companies, and when you think of home warranties, 99% of the agents out there think about the warranty for the buyer. They don't think about the warranty for the seller. And again, this is something that very few agents take advantage of. Like most warranty companies, we offer coverage for the seller while the house is on the market, okay? So the coverage goes on the day the house is listed, and under our warranty, it lasts for as long as that house is on the market. Most warranty companies do have a limit. It's usually 6 months. We don't. We just let it roll. But the advantage here is not only do we cover items that might break, so you can do the seller coverage. If you have a listing, you can provide seller coverage over here for free. This costs the homeowner nothing. It costs the buyer nothing. Okay. The intent here, and I want to be real clear, the intent here is this seller coverage is to be used as an incentive for the seller to offer a warranty to their buyer, okay? So the talking point would be, as a professional, and if you guys were in Mike's meeting at Connect yesterday, he closed out everything with, you guys are consultants, right? And as a consultant, you need to make recommendations that are in the best interest of your buyer or seller. And one of those would be, hey, Mr. Seller, I would highly recommend, as part of our offers, when we price the house, that we provide a home warranty to the buyer. And that does a couple of things. That protects you in case something breaks, and it protects me because statistically I know something's going to break, and I don't want that buyer of the house coming and yelling at me, or you for that matter, right? So as an incentive for that, you can provide seller coverage on the house. And under our warranty, what's really neat about this is not only do we cover things that break, but once the buyer makes an offer and the inspector goes out to the house, if the inspector finds any of these items that need repair, the seller can submit that to us for claim. So let me run by a real life scenario I had a couple of weeks ago. And we started this conversation out with about building referrals, right? So I had an agent try her first seller listing warranty. And again, it cost her nothing up front. She called me. She said, okay, I totally get it. I had the coverage on my listing. The inspector found a broiler in one of the lower ovens. It was a double oven that didn't work. The buyer wanted the oven to work, and it's going to have to be replaced for $1,400. Under that scenario, we were able to provide the seller $1,000 toward the purchase of a new oven. And the agent called me. She said, they love me. They've referred me to their niece and they've referred me to their next door neighbor. They can't believe I got them $1,000 because they were smart enough to list with me. Right. So the maximum benefit to the seller is $1,000, but keep in mind, there's no money traded up hands, up front whatsoever. So at the end of the day, if you wanted to add this, what we call the seller upgrade, which covers the heavy duty stuff, it covers the ovens, the microwaves, the heating, the air conditioner. That's $100, but it's only collected at closing and only if the buyer of the home gets our home warranty. Okay, I have a lot of agents heads explode when I tell them that, but fact of the matter is you can provide some warranty coverage to your sellers. One of the talking points that a lot of my agents use is, hey, as part of my service to you, when I list your house, this is just part of my overall package. Because at the end of the day, if they pay for the $100 at closing and there's another upgrade I need to change right there, Jay, it's actually $100, not 75. Yeah, but as part of my service to you guys, I provide this, and if they can pick up a listing and pay $100 at closing, they tell me it's well worth it. Okay, so on the buyer side,
Can I ask
yes,
a question real
absolutely.
quick? So when you
Please.
say the seller can upgrade for the $100, only if the buyer chooses you at the end. So does that mean that the seller pays the $100 and the buyer receives a year warranty?
Yes. So
Okay.
a great question. So let me elaborate on that, and I'm going to show you here. So when you order this warranty, we ask you to pick a plan that you think your seller might provide to the buyer, and I'm going to get there on the next screen. So let's just assume that you pick the $499 plan. I think my seller is willing to spend up to $500 on a warranty for their buyer.
Mm-hmm.
If you order the seller upgrade, we send you an invoice for $499 plus the $100.
Mm-hmm.
So the invoice is $599. So at the closing table, if all the chips fall in the bucket the right way, the seller is willing to spend $499. The buyer wants our warranty. That $100 would be due at that time. And typically, what a lot of my agents do is they just tell the closing attorney, "Hey, there's $100 on this warranty that's going to be on my tab." So
my commission.
Yep. You could pay for it as the agent. You could have the seller pay for it, right? It just really depends. But again, at the end of the day, as long as you guys know, if you do the seller upgrade, there is an extra $100 on the warranty. And now it's a great segue to go here.
You could call it a closing gift, by the way.
You could. And it's also, and Jay, this may be something that you're much more in tune with than I am. But guys, it's my understanding that if you as an agent provide a warranty as part of your deal, that is a cost of business and can be deducted from your taxes.
He's right.
Okay. So again, it's one of those things that very few agents take advantage of, but it can be a huge difference maker, right? So
Ted, can I add my testimonial to it?
Please do.
Ted said that every agent's that uses these has got a story. I've got a story. This was many years ago before I ever knew Ted. And so it was with a different warranty company, but I ordered the seller coverage for my seller. We were under contract, in due diligence. The day the home inspector was to show up at this house to do the home inspection for the buyer, he calls me in a panic that morning, my seller, and says, "My hot water heater in the garage just started leaking. My entire garage floor is wet. Can you cancel the inspection? I got to get this figured out." "No problem. Got you covered. We'll take care of that. Do you need the phone number to the home warranty company?" And he looked at me like I was crazy. But remember when we did our listing presentation, I showed you the home warranty and I said, "I'm going to cover you on the seller's coverage for this." And he was like, "Really? I can call them?" The guy got a brand new hot water heater out of the deal. The hot water heater was replaced, and we also were able to use the warranty buyer coverage for their first year as part of the negotiations. That guy was my biggest fan, referred me to at least 2 or 3 other people. So what he's talking about he's not blowing smoke, folks.
Well, and here's another interesting one, guys. And I won't name any names, but there was somebody yesterday that was in the sales meeting that it had intended to order a listing warranty for one of his listings. And just from wires getting crossed, he forgot to order one. His homeowner had a claim. And when she called us to open the claim, we couldn't find her because the warranty was never ordered. But you know what we did? And this is why I love our company. What our sales rep did, or what our internal rep did, she said, look, it's obvious that there's been a lack of communication. We're not going to penalize you as the homeowner. Let's go ahead and put the listing warranty on the house right now, and we'll go ahead and pay your claim for you.
That's pretty awesome.
Right? So it saved the agent, it saved the homeowner, and again, it didn't cost them anything, right? It was a beautiful thing. So on our buyer's warranty, so this is the buyer side, okay? Couple of things that we do that are very different, and we basically, it's a one size fits all. We don't care about the age of the house, the size of the house. And Jay, I know I'm pushing time here, so I'll try to hurry up a little bit. But base coverage is $499 or $535, and we charge a deductible rather than a service call fee because we don't have a network of contractors. So the homeowner would pay the first 50 or 100, and then we would pick up afterwards. A couple of unique things in our basic plan, and these are the basic coverages. We do well water pumps, septic systems. We cover the water and sewer line from the house to the street. Very rare. And then down at the bottom again, washer and dryer coverage is standard. And in addition to the basic plan, you can add what we call the buyer upgrade. It's $160. The big item that we cover there is the central air addition refrigerant recovery. And all that says is if it's Freon or it's Puron, we're going to pay for the refrigerant that goes back in the air conditioning system, and there's no dollar limit on it. Okay. So in today's world, we've still got a lot of Freon-based air conditioners, or what's known as R22. I could have a $150 part, but I got to put $800 in Freon in my air conditioner, get it go back up and running again. And under this benefit, we'll pay for that. So if you added the $50 deductible and the $160, you're at $695. Okay. Questions on that? Next. Okay. These are just some things, some closing or some conversation topics. You know, we talked a little bit about this is, you know, hey, as part of my service to you, I will insure, let's say you're repping the buyer. And again, you can't use an incentive, right? But you can say, one of the things I do for you, Mr. Buyer, is I will ensure that you're provided with a home warranty, right? Either from the seller paying for it, which is ideal because it costs you nothing, right? Or at the end of the day, I still have a lot of agents that pay for it on their own, right? As a closing gift. Okay. Again, that layer of protection, keeping you guys out of hot water if something should break. And then the other neat little thing, and I'm going to tell you a neat little story here, is after you guys close a transaction, there's basically only two pieces to that transaction that are left over. That's the homeowner's insurance, and that's the home warranty, right? And we've got an agent up in the Michigan area who's primarily a listing agent. He sells about 100 homes a year. He does pretty good. He's the Bob of his office, right? He puts a warranty on every single deal, whether he's the listing agent or the buyer's agent. So when we ask him about that, he said, well, I do that for two reasons. One, I know, number one, that there's an 80% chance that something's going to break in that house in the first year. And he said, even though I'm the listing agent, I know that if I order that warranty and my name is on it, when that claim occurs, you as the warranty company send me an email and say, hey, we just paid a claim on the house you sold 6 months ago. And he said, what I do is I use that information to call the buyer, who I didn't represent. Remember, he was representing the seller. And I asked them if there's anything I could do to help him. Hey, I just saw you had a claim. Anything I can do? Bottom line was, he said, I pick up 5 to 10 new customers every year with that one phone call. He said the buyer's agent isn't even aware there's been a claim. He said, I call them an orphaned buyer. So he said, I get to ride in like the knight on my horse and say, hey, saw you had a claim. Anything I can do to help you? We talk about referrals. We talk about building business. That's how you use the warranty to do it. Cool. All right, I'm gonna roll through a couple of these other ones. Legal protection, again, under our warranty, and this is kind of under the blankets, but under our warranty, we provide some E&O protection to the brokerage as well as the agent. where if you put a warranty on the property, and it doesn't have to be something that could break, it could be a title dispute, it could be a boundary issue, anything that might require you or the brokerage to type into their E&O, we provide some benefit there. It's basically a deductible write-off of about $37.50. And we do that not only if the warranty's on the house, but on the application in the warranty brochure that are in your office, there's this waiver down at the bottom. And if you have a transaction, and there's a lot of them, a transaction that there's no warranty included, if you get the signature from your buyer or seller here, we still provide the E&O protection to you guys, even if there's no warranty on the house. So we call that sign or sell. And it's just a best practice a lot of agents use, because believe it or not, over in California, you have a lot of people that say, oh, I bought a house. You never told me that I had a warranty that was available to me, and I'm going to sue you because now I got water heater issues, right? So cover your backside, sign or sell. It's starting to be a best practice in more and more places throughout the country. And again, here's that E&O deductible piece. We can go into that. Last but not least, ways to order, guys. Obviously, there's 100 ways we can let you guys order. You can call them in. You can go to aphw.com, and I'm going to show you a couple slides there. But basically what I'll do is I'll set up an account for you guys in what we call Real Pro. You go to our website, aphw.com, click on Real Estate Professionals, log into Real Pro. If you don't have an account, you can register here. And then you simply give us, this is for a listing or a closing. Here's the property address. Here's the buyer or seller name, what plan I think I'm going to want, and you hit save. And it's that simple. We email you the invoice or the confirmation of coverage. And if it's a listing coverage, it just sits in your inbox until closing, and then you can convert it to the buyer at that point. Okay. But again, I can go through that with you guys individually. And then last but not least, in addition to the product itself, your infamous leadership there at C21 Connect was kind enough to register with us to participate in what we call the compensable services program. And all that is a RESPA compliant way for you guys to earn a little bit of additional revenue. Okay. And I haven't had anybody say, no, I don't want the money. Okay. But in order to qualify for that, by law, we're not allowed to pay you for just selling the warranty. You must provide us with a service that's separate and distinct from the placement of the warranty. And that service is basically to provide us the information on this form. And this is all done online when you order, right? So all we're looking for is, and believe it or not, this pre-populates because this is the property address. You just tell us a little bit about the house. It's a single family. It's got 3 beds, 2 baths. I have an attached garage. And by the way, it's electric, and I got a range, a microwave, and a dishwasher left in the house. That's the information we need. That qualifies to you guys for us to send a check back to the office. Cool. And I think you guys, I know it's $50, but are you getting that? You just credit, I think you're just crediting it to their account. I'm not sure, Jay. That's a Dwayne question.
It kind of depends on the situation.
Yeah.
You know, if
But it's free money. Free money. We like that. All right. And then last but not least, there's your infamous regional sales manager's information. If you guys want to, again, call me, run through the details with you. If you want me to send you a PDF of the brochure itself, we can do that. And then I'm just going to open it up for any questions, any horror stories, any questions. You guys have at it. None? Man, I'm good.
you did great, dude.
Did you stop sharing there?
I just did, yes.
Perfect. Thank you.
Figured it was better to start seeing your face when we're asking questions.
There you go. There you go.
All right.
All right.
Awesome.
So you guys ready for your quiz?
Peach.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. What are the 5 areas covered under a home warranty?
Plumbing, electric, appliances, cooling, and heating.
Winner. Winner.
Who was the smart guy that came up with that acronym, I wonder?
Well, here's the funny thing. If you change it around, it actually spells cheap. But I like peach. I like peach better.
I agree. For Georgia, peach is appropriate. I
Peach
totally
is
agree.
appropriate. Absolutely. So
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ted. Greatly
Yes, thank
appreciate it.
you.
I'm like all over your apwh.com right now.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, and again, you guys, welcome aboard. I know you do great. You guys are I work with about 900 real estate agencies in the state of Georgia, and I will tell you, there is nobody that I work with that provides to you guys what your folks do. It's amazing. I love going into the C21 Connect meetings. Yesterday, I told Mike, you're really making me feel bad about my networking skills. Really bad, right? Because if you guys saw my desk, I've got 900 business cards sitting here of people that I planned on following up with, right?
Mhm.
So all good stuff.
We all can learn from
Yep.
the masters, right?
You got it.
All right. Thank you so very much, Ted. We greatly appreciate you being here today. This is going to be videoed and we're going to post this all over the world and give plenty of opportunities for everybody to see this. Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it. Y'all have a great afternoon.
You
Have a
too.
great 4th of July weekend this weekend too, everybody.